Hello guys and welcome to Africa and Beyond Television Network. We continue to take a look on what's happening in the nation of Zimbabwe. The day is 12 September 2024 and Nick Mangwana says one of the MOUs signed in China is for the rehabilitation of the National Sports Stadium, and he's addressing the issue of playing home games away from home, and he says it's not right. But let us take a look. Recently, Zimbabwe played 2 games in Uganda. We do not know the reasons. Is it because we don't have other places around? Zambia, it does have decent sporting facilities. We also have South Africa with decent sporting facilities. But Zimbabwe and Kenya, they had to meet in Uganda, that is Kampala, and Zimbabwe and Cameroon also had to meet in Uganda. So that is the problem which we have in Zimbabwe, that we do not have any single stadium which is fit for soccer matches to be played. And this is the issue which Nick Mangwana is saying they are being addressed. Let us hear what the minister had to say.
Maybe another one of interest you may want to look at is the rehabilitation of the National Sports Stadium. You all know the state of the National Sports Stadium and how it has been unable to accommodate or to host certain matches. So we are going to be looking at its rehabilitation, and we'll be working with the Chinese in this.
This is what the minister said. This is the Minister of Foreign Affairs in Zimbabwe. He says that they have agreed with the Chinese that they are going to work together to make sure that they refurbish the National Sports Stadium. One of the most important things is to note that there are no timelines. When the government is serious, they do not need to just announce, because they've been talking about this issue for a very long time. Timelines are very important. For example, you say, we are in September. By November, we expect to see games being played in Zimbabwe. Timelines are very important when you are dealing with these issues, because if you don't give timelines, it will be a talk like the normal talks you have been giving us for a very long time. At a certain point in time, we were told that Kudakwashita Grey's company has agreed with the government of Zimbabwe to refurbish the National Sports Stadium after they missed out the Rufaro Stadium deal. Up to this day, nothing has happened, or we are now being told new stories that China is now part of this whole thing. Apart from that, the government also talked about the issue of another MOU which was signed together with China about the Chitungwiza railway line, Harare Chitungwiza railway line. We have seen these promises being made by the government of Zimbabwe. The major question is there capacity for the government of Zimbabwe, the Chinese getting into these deals with the government of the Republic of Zimbabwe? That is something which is very important. Since independence, we have had relations with China, but we have not seen any meaningful development in terms of that relationship. The only thing which we have seen being delivered is the parliament building, which was facilitated by the government of Robert Gabriel Mugabe, but was then implemented during the time of Emmerson Mnangagwa. So Emmerson Mnangagwa himself, we have not seen anything, because there are also rumors that that project in Mvuma was also facilitated by the government of Robert Mugabe, and we have not seen anything discussed by Emmerson Mnangagwa. We have not seen it happening. There is an issue of fire tenders from Belarus. We have not seen them at this point in time, and we are hearing stories of sanctions, this, sanctions, that. But the government of Zimbabwe was happy that sanctions have been removed. Sanctions are no longer on Zimbabwe, but we are not being told a story that companies that the fire tenders were withheld in Lithuania. We do not know what is really happening. Remember, Zimbabwe is claiming to be friends and partners with Republic of Lithuania, and we do not know the reason why. they withheld these fire tenders. So let us just read. It says, lives and properties have been lost to fires in the dry season. A lot of mitigatory measures, such as public awareness programs, have been deployed. We also eagerly wait the release of fire tenders from our friends and partners at the Republic of Lithuania. These firefighting tenders will be critical in supporting firefighting operations, protecting life, property, as well as preserving Zimbabwe's World Heritage sites and the crucial crops that defied the devastating drought. This is what he says. So other sources are claiming that these fire tenders were withheld by Lithuania. We do not know if it's because of sanctions on Zimbabwe or sanctions on Belarus, which is the supplier of the fire tenders. So these are the issues surrounding everything which is happening at this point in time. This is a very long story. We were told about this story around 2021 up to this day. We have not seen delivery of these fire tenders. So many things are happening in Zimbabwe. We wait to see. So many MOUs were signed between Zimbabwe and China, and we are still waiting to see how they are going to deliver. Is China going to deliver, or is the government of the Republic of Zimbabwe serious about these MOUs? Do they have capacity to make or to push these MOUs to be pursued in time? We do not know, because incompetency is high in the government of President Emmerson Mnangagwa. We have people who are in politics or who are in governance, who get into politics to get into governance for the sake of money, not for the sake of service delivery. That is the major problem which we have. This is what we have for you at this point in time. National Sports Stadium refurbishment MOU was signed between Zimbabwe and China and has been announced by the government of the Republic of Zimbabwe. We'll wait to see how everything is going to unfold, and remember that this is a very, very, very long season of trial and error from the government of the Republic of Zimbabwe. We'll wait to see how they are going to deliver, wait to see how they are going to deal with this issue. Let us meet in other episodes as well as other